SpaceX has stopped launching Starlink Falcon 9s from Cape Canaveral. Astronomers can now rejoice. Not quite. On the same day of that announcement, Elon Musk announced Louisiana is getting a spaceport. Hell yes! Oh wait, what? Is that for the space program or himself? SpaceX has committed $100 billion for this, and the U.S. space program may never see a dime of it. We have some serious stuff to talk about on your next Space Pod for August 28th, 2026. SpaceX keeps thinking it's flexing in 2026 with another step forward and 2 steps back for the entire space program. Well, the facts of the conversation, not the implementation, are this. The timeline for this is a 2027 construction start and the first Starship launch around 2029. Sounds reasonable, okay? So, SpaceX has purchased 125,000 acres of coastal marshland in Vermilion Parish and near Pekin Island. This is literally the only verified fact of the whole deal. The rest, well, it's all garbage until the wrenches start turning. The purpose of this land grab is to improve the economy of Louisiana and offer restoration of its Gulf of Mexico watershed area and shores. Well, that is actually true. I agree that Louisiana needs a huge economic boost, and a spaceport will definitely offer that. That is a realistic one. A spaceport that historically works, like the one in Boca Chica, Texas, is the benchmark for determining the viability of a missile row-style launch pad array. SpaceX has made many claims, including building 10 launch pads for its Starship, with each pad launching 3 times per day, yielding about 10,000 launches per year, or 30 launches per day. I'm just going to stop right there. Bull to the shit. But let's keep going, Elon. What else do you have for us? Well, other than canceling rideshare missions and Starlink missions from Florida, SpaceX will move it all to Louisiana. Well, part of me agrees with that. Starlink should definitely be launched from there. But there are some problems. Lots of problems. Don't even get me started on the wildlife and environmental concerns. Elon did say the first phase of the project will be the water improvement and land reclamation improvements, including saving several species. Yeah, we will audit the hell out of that. You can count on that. Additionally, SpaceX has not commented on actual verified launch customers that would launch their payloads out of there. So much what was said in the press meeting are hearsay other than the validated land purchase agreements. Let me know in the comments if there are any other signed documents proving a spaceport will actually be built on that land. This project is complete grift, other than maybe a basic launch pad or two and up to 2,000 jobs. And there's also a stench of data center front, and the spaceport facade is probably covering it all up. But what does this actually mean for the general space program and NASA? For starters, the spaceport will be located nowhere near a spacecraft processing facility. This means that Starship will not be launching any NASA payloads from this location. This also means Starlink launches, which is fine, as you can fit 10 times more satellites on the same rocket. Which also means you can complete your constellation sooner, right? Right? What do I know? The versions of Starlink keep changing because they can't solve the ping problem yet. So about those data centers in space, yup, that is the intention here. And let me tell you right now, ain't gonna happen. Not at the launch cadence proposed and the public support. And the bottleneck is fuel production for the liquid methane and liquid oxygen. SpaceX will not be launching Starships every day, I can promise you that. But what will probably happen? Maybe 14 launches per year. Ultimately, this spaceport will be a self-serving spaceport adding no value whatsoever for NASA and the general space program. But I would rather have Launch Slop launched in Louisiana and not here at the Cape. Sorry, nothing personal, my fellow Louisianans. But hey, you will have awesome jobs. And at Orbital Edge News, we still support space jobs in other states no matter how hard the grift goes. But hey, maybe SpaceX in Louisiana will mature into a space exploration company. That's going to wrap it up, and I hope to never have to do a roast like this again. Our next show will be making what's called the State of the Space Address. Also, leave your comment if you agree or disagree. And still consider subscribing so you still get the best critical analysis on the space news, whether the news is great or it sucks. Again, I'm your host, Chad, and I will see you out on the launch pad.